everyone. So good afternoon, good morning, good night, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for clicking on this video to learn how to do a beautiful, bold, glamorous look for the holiday season. If you want to know how to create this silvery red sparkly look, just keep on watching. Alright guys, so let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is prime my face. I already put on a little bit of moisturizer, but the primer is really what's going to create the nice flat base for my makeup. So the primer I'm using today is by Morphe, and I'm just going to squeeze a little onto my fingers and spread it all over my face. Awesome. So next thing I'm going to do is going to apply foundation. The foundation I'm using today is by Makeup Revolution. I am in the color F2. Awesome. So once the foundation is all blended in, you're going to want to move on to your concealer. The concealer I'm using is by Colourpop. I'm in the color Fair 8, and I'm just going to put that under my eyes, around my nose, forehead, and chin. Now that we've applied our base, it is time to set the face with some powder. The powder I like to use is by Covergirl, and I am in the color 105 Translucent Fair, and we're just going to bake the under eyes and any other oily spots that we have on our face. The brush I'm going to use to bake my face today is just going to be a large fluffy powder brush. Now we're going to let that sit for a minute so we can bake the face while we do our brows, and then we'll go back and apply powder to the rest of the face. So the first thing I do for brows is brush out my brow hairs using a spoolie, and that could be any spoolie that you like. Today, to fill in my brows, I am using a brown pencil by Femme Couture, and we're just going to slowly fill in our brows using small, gentle strokes and following the natural curve of our brows. Perfect. So once we finish filling in our brows, we're going to brush them out with a spoolie to soften the edges a little bit, clean it up with concealer, and put in a little brow gel. To clean my brows up with concealer, I take a flat angled brush as well as my Colourpop concealer stick, apply a little on the base of the brush, and run it directly where I need it, which is normally under the eyes, and also clean up the edge. Once you finish concealing your brows and cleaning them up, we're going to take our fat fluffy powder brush and run along the face, getting rid of the bake, as well as setting the concealer that we just used around our brows. And last but not least, I'm going to set my brow hairs in place using NYX Brow Gel and make sure they last all day. Now that we've completed our brows, we can move on to eyeshadow. The first thing I'm going to do is prime my eyelids using Mirabella eyeshadow primer. You can blend this in using a beauty blender or your finger. Now we can set our eyeshadow primer with just a dust of powder on the top of the lid. Today for my eyeshadow look, I will be going in with the Sultry palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is what the inside looks like. The first color I'll be going into with this palette is going to be Twig. It is a soft brown color. I'm going to blend that into my crease, building up color with a large blending brush. Next, using a smaller fluffy blending brush, we're going to go in with Birch and Slate, mixing the two to add more depth into our crease. Now that you've finished blending those colors together, we're going to go back in with the color twig and blend that along the lower lash line, coming to about the inner corner. To do that, I'm using a flat, fluffy brush. Perfect. So now that we have finished that, we are going to cut the crease halfway. To do that, I'm going back in with my Colourpop Concealer and a small flat brush. Once we have finished cutting the crease in a way we like, we're going to go back into the palette using the Silver Shimmer Color Cyborg to fill in the crease cut that we just created. To do that, I'm using a fine, flat brush. Now that we've completed this eye, we're going to go in and do the other eye. Now that we've finished the cut crease, we're going to clean up the crease line using a small flat brush and the twig color from our Anastasia palette. Take a little on the tip of the flat brush and run it along the crease line. Now, in order to make this look a little bit more dramatic for the holidays, we're going to apply the color Noir from the palette, a nice inky black color, to the outer V of our eye. To do that, I'm using a medium-sized dome brush. If you find you need more blending, just take a clean, fluffy blending brush and blend in the outer V. Now, I really love to make dramatic looks, especially for the holidays. So for me, in order to make it a little bit more dramatic, I'm going to apply a little bit of glitter onto the center of my lids. Now, this is something you don't have to do if you just want to stop there, but for me, I love a little extra glitter during the holiday times, so I'm going to be using the palette Annette 69 by Beauty Creations, going in with their lovely color Hustle, which is a nice silver glitter, and applying that just on the center of my lids using a flat brush. And we're done. At this point, if you want to stop and just apply some mascara, that's perfectly fine. But I'm going to add a little nice cat eye using liquid eyeliner by Ulta in order to create a little extra flair to this eye look. Perfect. A nice cat eye to go with a nice dramatic look. Now that we've completed our eyeliner, or if you stopped at the eyeshadow, now we can move on to our next step, curling our lashes and applying mascara. The mascara I like to use is by Essence. It is a waterproof false lash effect mascara. When you're satisfied with your lashes, we can move on to contour. I like to use Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I'm going to use a large angled fluffy contouring brush along the hollows of my cheeks to give myself a nice glow. Once we have finished contouring, we can move on to highlighter before we do our blush. The highlighter I'm going to use today is by Ofra Cosmetics. It is going to be the center white pinkish color called Pillow Talk. To apply that, I'm going to use a fluffy highlighting brush. Look at that glow. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous. Oh my gosh. I will never get over this highlighter. This highlighter is absolutely stunning. If you want to look like a glazed donut, get this highlighter because you will look like the prettiest glazed donut that ever existed. A little bit on the tip of the nose, the bridge of the nose. I also apply a little bit on the Cupid's bow. And taking a smaller round dome brush, we're going to apply some of that same highlighter on the inner corner of our eyes as well as the brow bone. Now to finish off our face today, I'm going to apply a hint of blush using the IBY Cheek Palette. The color I'll be using is Jive, a nice pretty pink color. Using a fluffy blush brush, I will apply a very small amount, because this is very pigmented, onto the apples of my cheeks. Now that I blended out my cheek blush, I'm going to take whatever is left over on my blush brush and apply a little bit to the tip of my nose for that frostbitten winter look. Now that we've completed our face and eyes, our last thing to do is our lips. You can use a nice pale pink color or any type of nude to complete this look, depending on where you're going. But for me, I think I would like to do a nice, beautiful, bright red color to finish off this look. The lip liner I will be using, since this is such a bright lip, is by Aesthetica, and it will be the nice red color called Bombshell. Once you finish applying your lip liner, take whatever bold red lipstick you have and finish off your look. The lipstick I will be using is the Bold Fenty Beauty Red in the color Uncensored. I know this seems like the longest makeup look in the world, but your final step is here, and that is setting spray. And I will be using Urban Decay All Nighter to set my face. Just give a few quick spritz about a foot from your face. And there you go, guys. You have a beautiful, bold, dramatic glam look to celebrate the holidays with. If you like this look, give me a thumbs up, comment below, and check out my description box for all the products used in this video. If you recreate this look, make sure to tag me in any of your videos so I can make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you would also hit the subscribe button down below so that way you can catch all the new videos that I put out. You can also follow me on Instagram, which I'll put in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys, and I love you all. Happy holidays!